Brilliant. So we're going to start cross-legged. We're just going to do some work on the neck. So any cross-legged position that's comfy for you. I'm going to start an easy pose. And we'll just place the palms facing up, allowing energy to move in towards the body. Unless you feel you need to preserve your energy, then place the hands down. So we're just going to keep the spine nice and straight and just notice the sitting bones underneath. So maybe just taking a little sway one way and then the other to really feel grounded and supported from the ground. So we'll just close the eyes and take the head over to the right hand side, and we're just going to hold it here for a few breaths. And like I said, I want you to really focus on your breathing, and wherever possible I want you to try and close your eyes in each posture, even if it's just for a few breaths. So just relax the shoulders, allow the neck to stretch with the head over to the right hand side. And just focus on your breathing, how your spine lengthens when you breathe in and how it wants to round slightly and relax when you breathe out. So just allowing that to happen, but bringing yourself back to that upright position, the starting place. Good. Okay, we'll gently bring the head back to the center and we'll take it over to the left. So gently allowing it to move over to the left, keeping the shoulders relaxed and down from the ears. Just notice anywhere that you might feel beginning to tense up. Good. Again, breathing nice and deep. And bring the head back to the center. Okay, we're going to bring the chin down to the chest, stretching the back of the neck. Again, making sure that we're keeping nice and upright in the spine, because we naturally, when we take the head down, we want to round the back. So bring some awareness to the spine, keeping that nice and upright and dipping the head down. Close the eyes. Again, just experiencing the body moving with the breath. Good, and bring the head back up to the center, and then we're just going to gently allow the head to move backwards. So we're not going to dip it all the way back, just a little bit. Breathe into it. Good, one more breath. Okay, and gently bring the head back to the center. Okay, we're going to take some nice side stretches. So place the right hand down on the ground. We're going to inhale, raise the left arm up, keeping the chest nice and open. You can then bend the arm. Exhale to come back to center. Over to the left, bringing up the right arm. You can look up towards the right hand. Good, over to the left, close the eyes, just feeling that posture from the inside rather than how it looks through the eyes. And over to the left, inhaling as we're moving over. Exhaling as we come back to center. Good, we're going to do that one more time each side. Over to the right. And relax. Over to the left. And center. Good, gently open the eyes. Okay, we're going to come into a nice spinal twist. So we'll take the left hand to right knee, right hand behind. Lifting the chest, we'll inhale here and exhale, twist looking behind, keeping the spine nice and upright. We're not collapsing the shoulders, lifting the breastbone. Good. We'll inhale, come back to center. And exhale, swap round to the other side, right hand to left knee, left hand behind, and gently twisting, looking behind. Good. Inhale back to center, and we'll do the same the other side, left hand to right knee. Exhale, twist. Good. Inhale back to center, right hand to left knee, and exhale, twist. Good. So it's a really slow pace. We'll be moving at this throughout the whole session. Come back to center, and we'll just have a little twist each way, countering those, just hopefully feeling the spine's just a little bit warmed up already. We're going to come onto the knees and come into our cat-cows. So we want the wrists underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips, the knees are hip width apart, toes are under. So we're going to spread the fingers out really nice and wide. We can lift up the palms from the mat and then spread the fingers and then push the palms down. And you should notice that the hands can splay out a little bit wider. Hopefully you can feel that stretch between each finger. Okay, and really push the fingertips into the mat, and that just builds some strength in the wrists, in our grip as well. Okay, so we're going to inhale, drop the belly, look forward. Exhale, rounding the back, chin to chest, pushing the mat away, coming into cat. Good. Inhale to cow pose. Drop the belly a little bit more. Exhale, round the back, chin to chest. Good. And again, inhale. Point the bottom up, lifting the tailbone. And exhale, round. Good. If you haven't already, close the eyes, and we're going to do 2 more at our own pace. And I'll meet you back in neutral. Good. Okay, so coming back to neutral, we're going to go into tiger pose, and we did this yesterday, but we're going to do the same again. So I'll just demonstrate that first. So we're going to lift the head, drop the belly, take the right leg up, and then we're going to bring the forehead as close to the knee as we can, keeping the shoulders nice and supported, really pushing away from the ground. Okay, so we'll do that together. So we'll inhale, draw a line with the nose, look up, take the right leg up, point the toes, and exhale, rounding the back, not collapsing in the shoulders, bringing the knee forward, trying to get the head to touch, and same again. Inhale, keeping it with this leg up, point the toes, squeeze the glutes, and you'll get some good lift there. Exhale, through the mouth with energy, head to knee. Good. 2 more. If that's too much on the wrists, just come into a fist and exhale, head to knee. Good. And 1 more. And hopefully you'll notice that you're already going a little bit deeper than you were before when we're rounding the back. Good. Okay, return to neutral. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So we can just come off the wrists for a second, just maybe have a little squeeze of the hands just to release that, maybe have a little rotation one way and then back the other way. Good. Okay, drop the hands down. Again, making sure that we're really opening out the fingers and squeezing the fingers into the fingertips into the ground. Same thing again. So inhale, draw a line with the nose, lift the left leg, squeeze that left glute. Exhale, rounding the back, head to knee. Good. And again, inhaling, coming up, and exhaling, head to knee. Good. 2 more. Inhale, come up. Keeping really, really strong in the shoulders. Exhaling, head to knee. And last one, inhale, drop the belly, lift the leg, look forward or up. And exhale, head to knee. Good, okay, dropping the knees down. Again, we'll just come up, just rotating the wrists, giving a little bit of relief on the wrists. Good, and back the other way. Hopefully you already feel a little bit warm from that. Okay, we're just going to stretch out the forearms where we are. So we'll take the right arm forward, pulling back with the left hand, making sure that the shoulders are down away from the ears. Pull that back. Good. And gently release. Maybe have another little rotation. And then we'll do the same thing the other side. So left arm forward, pulling back with the right fingers. Shoulders are down away from the ears. Good. And gently release. Okay, another little exercise for the wrist. So we're going to place the hands down. We can do one at a time. So we'll start with the right hand. So we're here in tabletop. And we're going to just twist that right arm round as much as we can. So you might be able to go further than me, and that we really want the palm to be flat on the ground. If that's too much and you need to move a little bit closer to the body so that there's less weight into the wrist, that's fine. Okay, so predominantly the weight is in the left fist here or hand, and we can gently lean back and get a nice deep forearm stretch. Again, making sure the shoulders are down away from the ears, so really making sure we're strong there. Okay, gently release back to center, and we'll do the same thing the other side, so with the left hand. So I'm going to take my right hand to a fist now, and that just really makes me nice and strong in that hand. And then I'm going to rotate outwards with my left hand, as far as feels comfortable. I'm not overdoing it. It's only early, making sure we're pushing the shoulders down away from us, from the head. Good. Gently lean back to get a stronger stretch, and we'll gently release. Good. Okay, so we're going to come now to some eagle legs and some twists with it. So we're going to bring the left knee to the center of the mat, and we're going to cross the right knee around it. So we're in like a little cross-legged position. We want the feet to be as close as they can to each other. And we're here on, I'm going to come onto the fists now. So you can do the same if you want. We'll inhale, open out the right arm, spread the fingers, exhale down to the mat. Good. Left side. Inhale, reach, spread the fingers, exhale down. Good. Same thing again, right side. Inhale and exhale, left side. Inhale and exhale. Good. Two more each side. Inhale right. Exhale. Inhale left. Exhale. Last time on the right side. Inhale, twist. Exhale, release. Inhale left. And exhale, release. Good. Okay, we're going to release that knee and we're going to swap sides. So uncrossing that. And doing the same thing, bringing the right knee to the middle of the mat. Crossing the left around. Now, I'll wait for you to get comfortable there. Just finding a spot that feels really comfy. And we're going to do the same thing all over again. So 4 rounds. We'll start with the left arm this time. So inhaling, coming up. Exhale, release. Right side. Inhale and exhale. Left side, inhale. Stay nice and strong and balanced. Exhale. Right side. Inhale and exhale. By repeating these things over and over again, you're really working the muscles in that area, particularly in our shoulders right now. Exhale. Right side. Inhale, twist, and exhale. Last time, left side. Inhale and release. Last time on the right. Inhale and release. Good. You should feel a little burning around the arms and shoulders. We're going to uncross the legs and we're just going to take a little moment in child's pose. Take the knees as wide as the mat and bring the toes together at the back. And we're going to stretch the arms forward, dropping the belly, relaxing the tummy, relaxing the forehead down. Just taking some breaths here. Good. Okay, so we'll gently come up. Okay, we're going to come into easy pose again, and I'll stay facing this way on the mat. So we're going to come into easy pose and we're going to walk the hands forward. So keeping the back nice and upright until the very last moment, and then we can round the back, still taking the fingers forward, reaching forward. Relax the head. Allow the head to just really dangle wherever it is. We're going to hold it here for about 5 breaths. And hopefully you can feel that in one glute more than the other, maybe around the hips. Close the eyes. Take some deep breaths in and out through the nose or breathing out through the mouth. Good. Relaxing the body here, and you should notice that the body wants to move down a little bit closer towards the earth. Good. We'll gently walk the hands up slightly. We're going to twist round to the right, so walking the hands round to the right. And again, allow the head to completely relax. Try and keep both sitting bones firmly on the ground though, even if that means you have to walk the hands a little bit closer to the body, because naturally we want to lift up through the right glute and the left glute. So just allowing both sitting bones to sit firmly down. You can twist around as far as feels comfortable, and hopefully you can feel a nice stretch around the left side body. Good. Walk the hands back to center, and then we're going to go over to the left. I'm just going to move over, so I've got my wall in the way. So same thing again. Keep the head nice and relaxed. Close the eyes. Good. Walk the hands back to center. And we'll gently walk the hands in towards the body. Coming up. And we're going to swap legs now. So taking the legs the other way around. And we'll do the same again. So walking the hands forward, keeping the spine nice and upright as long as we can. And then releasing the head down. You might notice that one side's really stiff. I can notice that myself today. Good. Close the eyes. Couple more breaths again, really breathing deep. That just allows the body to relax and find a little bit of extra space in the muscles we're working. Okay, walk the hands now Slightly in and then over to the right. Keeping the sitting bones down, relax the head wherever the head wants to go, maybe on the knee. Good, and walk the hands back to the middle, and then we'll go over to the left. So this isn't a practice that's going to get you really sweating today or getting the heart rate up too much. It's just more about just opening out the muscles, holding it for a few more breaths than usual, and just allowing the body to relax there, focusing mostly on our breathing. Yoga isn't just about doing the poses, it's about breathing, or meditation. There's all the different types of paths of yoga. Walk the hands back to center. And the postures of the asanas are only one part. Okay, so from here, we're going to come to butterfly. So we're going to do a few variations of the butterfly pose. So we're going to start with the feet out nice and in front here. We're not going to bring them too close to the body. Just move any fleshy bits out of the way. Again, feeling really supported and grounded by the sitting bones. We're just going to lift up through the spine. Just close the eyes here. I'm going to hold on to my shins here, so holding on to wherever feels good for you. Again, we'll take 4 more breaths here. Good. Okay, we'll gently allow the head to move towards the earth, and we'll keep the legs where they are, so we're not bringing them in close to the body. So we can hold on to the feet if you want to, and just allow the back to round, more like a yin posture. Just noticing anywhere that's building any tension or tightness. Close the eyes. 4 more breaths. Nice deep breaths. One more breath. Good, and we'll gently rise up through the spine. Okay, I'm going to bring the legs in closer here, as close as we can comfortably bring the legs. So yours might not be here, yours might be somewhere else. So just finding that spot that's comfortable for you. We can either hold on to around the bottom of the feet, or again the ankles or shin, whatever feels good. And we're just going to rise the chest up. So we're going to keep the spine nice and upright. I'm going to take the gaze up, slightly looking towards the sky. Just allowing the energy to move up through the nadis, the spine, out towards the third eye. Close the eyes. Focus on your breathing. Good. Okay, so gently opening the eyes, and we're going to again round the back, allowing the head to move towards the earth. And you'll notice that you're not able to move as close this time because the legs and the hips maybe are stopping us. So just relaxing wherever you're comfortable. You can take the arms wherever feels good for you. I'm going to take a nice wide arm here onto my fingertips, but just Allow the head to dangle, and you should really feel a deep stretch in the groin here. Keep the back of the neck really nice and relaxed. Just give a little nod with the head so that you know the head is relaxed. Good, and we'll walk the hands back to the middle and gently up. Okay, so we're going to do another little variation of butterfly, and this is Pavatyasana. So this is with the one foot in front of the other, and it can feel a little bit weird because it's not one that I've done in any of my classes, so it might be a very new feeling for you. So the best way to do this is to hold the heel with the toes sort of cupping around the heel. That's the easiest way to do it. It doesn't matter which leg we start with in front. I'm starting with my right, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to just keep the spine nice and straight this time, arms out in front. You should hopefully feel a nice stretch just on the hips at the back, right near the glutes. So keeping a nice upright spine. And we can close the eyes here. Good, 3 more breaths. Okay, good. Gently walk the hands in. We're going to swap feet, so taking the other foot out in front a little bit, cupping the heel with the toes. Good. Okay, so same thing again, just getting that comfortable position. It's a little bit comfier for me on one side. It might be the same for you. So this feels a little bit awkward, but just finding that spot that you're able to hold. Okay, so again, just walking the hands forward, coming onto the fingertips, back nice and straight. And we can gently move the fingers out slightly just to get a deeper stretch. And we're going to close the eyes. Good, and gently walk the hands in. Okay, so we're going to come to a little twisted cow face pose. So we're going to bend one leg. I'm going to bend my left leg, bringing the heel close to my hips and glute region, taking the right over. So we've got a nice hip opener, making sure the sitting bones are really firmly down. Don't worry too much about where your legs are right now. Just finding a position that's really comfortable. And we're going to move the body weight backwards onto the sitting bones, keeping really nice and straight in the spine. And we're going to hold on to opposite elbows behind. This is so good for our shoulders. So holding on to opposite shoulders, remembering which way you've got it, because we'll do the same thing the other side, and I want you to switch the hands. Okay, so for this, the easiest way to do it is to really push the chest forward, and you should notice a really deep stretch inside the shoulders. And this is really good for just making sure that we don't get drooping shoulder and just having a really good mobility around the shoulder blades. You can take the gaze up again if you like, just looking gently up, closing the eyes. Three more breaths. Good, gently release the hands. And we'll use the hands to come out of the pose. We're going to swap sides, so taking this time the right leg underneath, bringing that heel close to the hips or glutes, and then taking the left leg over. So again, making sure that we're really firmly on our sitting bones, just having a little wiggle so that we know we're in the right spot. Lifting through the spine, and then we're going to hold on to arms again, but making sure that we're holding the opposite way so that we're doing a really even stretch in the shoulders. Okay, so again, pushing the chest forward, shining the heart forward, and we can gently take the gaze up, closing the eyes. We'll take 5 breaths. Just studying how the breath makes the stretch feel in the shoulders, maybe around the hips. Keeping the mind present. 2 more breaths. Last breath. Good. Okay, we'll gently release the arms and release the feet. Okay, so this time we're going to come to our knees, and we're going to come into frog pose, which is also a pose I've not done in my classes. So we're just going to come onto the shins are down on the ground with the feet are relaxed behind us. So for this one, what we need to do is we have the hands into 2 fists. We're going to really try and push that into just underneath the rib cage, and then we're going to fold forward, but we'll do it in a minute. I just want to show you what that looks like. This is really good for our digestion. If you have problems going to the loo or anything like that, it's a really good digestion sort of relieving posture. Okay, so to do that, like I said, hands in fist, or if you want to, you can even take one hand on top of the other. Maybe if you've got a ring or something, just to be gentle there. So I'm going to go to 2 fists, so we'll place that just underneath the ribs, so just feeling where the ribs are. And we'll take a nice big breath in, and then we're exhaling all the breath out of the tummy, folding forward. Allow the elbows to relax, maybe the forehead comes down to the ground, and then breathe normally here. You might notice you can really feel the heart beating or the pulse here. It's quite an intense sensation on the tummy. If you don't like this, or this doesn't feel comfortable for you, just come out. It's also a really nice way to just feel the rib cages working and the breath, how our breath adapts the whole body. Okay, we'll gently come up, inhaling, and we're going to take another fold forward. Exhale. Good. If you're not enjoying this at all, just maybe come to child's pose instead. Take a couple of breaths here. Good. We're going to inhale, come up. And we're going to fold forward just one more time. Exhaling. It's a bit of a strange sensation you might not have felt before. And this is directly where our sacral chakra is, our solar plexus chakra is located. So it's a nice way of just feeling connected to that as well. If you begin to feel a new awareness in that area. Good, we'll gently inhale, come up, and exhale, release. Hopefully you feel okay after that. We're just going to have a little rest after that, because that is quite an intense posture and some maybe new and unfamiliar sensation. So we are just going to have a little rest in Shavasana, so laying back. I'm going to leave my knees bent and my knees together. And we can just place the hands onto that area, just allowing it to relax. Good, a couple more breaths. Okay, we'll gently and slowly come up. And we're going to come to Janushusasana. So we'll bring the legs out in front. So you might want to grab a little blanket or something from underneath the hips here. You don't have to have one. I quite like propping myself up a little bit when I'm here. But no problem if you haven't got anything. So we're going to take the legs out straight in front. Okay, and then we're going to take the right leg at a bend, bringing that sole of the foot on the inside of the left thigh. Okay, we're going to flex the left foot and we'll turn the tummy button towards that big toe. So we're just rotating the body round slightly to the left. Take a nice big breath in. And we'll exhale, fold forward at the hips, keeping the back nice and straight. So we're not getting the head to the knee here. Eventually that would be getting the head down to the shin. So just taking 5 breaths here, and like the other poses, we're just going to close the eyes, just feeling the posture, just noticing how that feels in the body. And each time you exhale, you can hopefully push a tiny bit deeper, tiny bit deeper. We've not really done any hamstring work today, so it may feel a little bit stiff. Holding on to wherever feels good for you. Good. Okay, I've finished my 5 breaths. So I'll inhale, bring the arms up, and exhale, release. Okay, swapping the sides, taking the right leg out in front, and we'll bend into the left leg, bringing the sole of the foot on the inside of that thigh, on the right thigh. Again, pointing the toes towards us, turning the tummy button towards the big toe. Okay, same thing again. Inhale, arms up. Find that extra lift around the rib cages. There's always a little bit higher we can move. And then exhale, fold. Keeping the spine nice and straight. You might notice again, one side's a lot stiffer. Close the eyes, be led by the forehead, not by the nose. Good, one more breath. Good, inhale, bring the arms up. And exhale, release. Good, okay, just have a little wiggle with the legs up and down on the mat. Just bouncing the legs a little bit here, maybe just moving in and out. Okay, good. So we're going to come to Paschimottanasana now. So same thing again, keeping the spine nice and straight, the legs straight, the feet are flexed, and we're going to take a forward fold here. So inhaling, arms up, and then exhaling, folding forward, keeping again the spine nice and straight here. We're not rounding the back. Again, really use our breath to help move a little bit further each time. Our hamstrings are always a lot less flexible in the mornings anyway. So if you were to do this in the evening, it would be a lot further down. Last breath. Good. Inhale, bring the arms up. And exhale, release. Okay, so we're going to come to arrow pose now, which is a really nice pose. So to do that, we're going to come onto the mat at the side. So we've got a little bit more space on one side. So I'm going to release down. It doesn't matter which side you start with, but I'm going to be stretching out my right leg. So I'm resting on my knees here. And then I'm going to take one leg out to the side. Now I want to keep that in one nice long line. And we're going to flex the toes. If that's too much on the ankles, maybe just moving off a little bit, putting a little bit of weight maybe on the inner side, so we're not just fully resting on the ankle, or maybe putting a blanket underneath. Okay, so we're going to take I'm going to take my left hand down by the side of my bent knee. I'm going to inhale, raise the right arm up. Good. We can move over a little bit more if you want. You can maybe move that arm out a little bit more. And then exhale, release. Okay, we're going to do the same thing again, but rather than taking the arm up, we're going to take it out wide. So really opening out the chest and around the armpit and pectoral muscles. So we'll take the arm forward first, inhale, and then exhale, open out. Maybe you've got a wall in the way like I have. So we're just opening out the chest, keeping that foot flexed on the mat, and we'll exhale, release. Okay, this time we're going to take the right hand down somewhere in between the legs. We're going to open the arm up first, so inhaling, reaching up, getting a really nice side body stretch here. Exhale, release. And then we're going to take it open up the chest. So forward, inhale, and then exhale, open. Good, little spinal twist, side opener stretch as well, and gently release. Good, okay, bring that leg in. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing the other side. So maybe just moving over to the other side of the mat. Okay, so resting down onto the heels, and we'll take open the other leg, so whichever leg you didn't do before, making sure that leg is nice and parallel to the mat, and just finding that spot. It might be that it's a little bit uncomfy on one side, so if it is, just popping a little blanket there, and that makes a massive difference. Okay, so flexing that foot, we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to take the hand that's near on the same side as the bent knee down, and we're going to lift, open up the chest, looking up, and exhale down. Same thing again, inhale forward, and exhale open. Trying to keep the shoulders nice and strong down away from the ears. And release. Same thing the other side. So taking the other hand that's inside on the straight leg on the inside. So inhaling, reaching up, really nice side body stretch. And exhale, release. Arm forward, inhale. Exhale, open. Gently twisting, looking behind, and release. Good. Okay, so we're going to gently release onto the bottom, and we're just going to take the hands behind us here and just take some little ankle rotations. So that was a little bit of maybe weight that you're not used to having onto the ankles like that. So just giving a little bit of relief, getting some synovial fluid moving around the joint, lubricating the joint, keeping it young and healthy. Okay, so we're going to come now to, we're going to have a little go at a couple of variations of crow pose. So I know, Colleen, you're working towards this at the moment as well, but we're going to have a go. We're going to start by doing it with the head down onto the ground. So in in like a three, oh, it's not legged, but we've got our head down, we've got our hands down as well. So you might just want to watch me first before having a go at this. So all we're going to do is find the flat piece on the head. So it's just behind the forehead, and if you move the hand over the head, you can hopefully just feel mine's just right at the front of my head. So we're going to put that onto the ground. Okay, and we're going to bring the hands just beside. We're not going to go into a headstand, don't worry. So just bending at the elbows, having a nice sort of 90-degree bend in the elbows. We're going to push the shoulders down away from the ears so that we're really nice and strong here. And then if you want to, you can lift up the knees. So we need to put a little bit of pressure on the head, a little bit of pressure on the hands to distribute the weight over the body. Okay, and then if you want to, you can bring the knees onto the elbows. And you can stay here if that's good, or you can lift one leg, or two legs, or attempt both legs, pointing the toes. So that's just an easier version of the crow. So we're going to have a go at that all together, and I'll give instructions. If you know you definitely don't want to have a go, then that's fine. Maybe just come to child's pose. Okay, so I'm just finding that flat piece on the head. Okay, and then we're going to bring that down to the ground. Before I do anything, I am just going to switch so I can see everybody. Good. Perfect. Okay, so we've got that flat piece on the ground. Just move the head a tiny bit. Just notice, bring in some awareness there, the bit that feels really comfortable. We've got the hands, the elbows bent at 90 degrees. Okay, so we can lift up the knees slightly just to give a little bit of awareness of the body weight. So you can lift up the knees and then drop down. Just do that a couple of times, lift up the knees and down. Again, making sure that we're pushing the shoulders down away from the ears. Okay, and now if you want to, you can lift, walk the feet a tiny bit further forward and bring the knees onto the elbows. You can keep the feet down here if you want to. If you really want to have a go, you can lift one leg up and release down, lift the other leg up, release down, and if you feel really brave, there's no problem if you don't, you can attempt lifting both feet. Good. See how that feels? Good, well done. Looking good. And whenever you're ready, you can come out. Colleen, I can see you laughing. Did you do it? Yeah? Sarah, I couldn't see properly, but you looked okay, you looked steady. It was okay. Well done. I hope you're okay. So we're just going to have a little rest whenever we do an inversion like that. We have to have a little rest in child's pose. So we're going to walk the knees out, resting back, and release the head down. And that's, if you're able to do that, if you didn't feel too comfortable today, don't worry. If you did, then you're ready to move up to a crow pose or even begin a headstand, because the only difference with a headstand is you're taking your legs up a little bit higher. Good, so just taking some breaths here, allowing the blood to settle. Good. Okay, so we're going to walk the hands back. We're going to come to laying on our back now, and we're just going to hug the knees in nice and tight to the body before coming into Shavasana. So moving on to our back. And we're going to bring the knees into the chest, hugging the knees in, just gently rocking side to side. And just try and keep the pelvis and the hips down towards the ground so that you can notice the lower back firmly on the ground here as well. Okay, so we're going to hold on to opposite elbows here. And we're going to push the knees away from the body so that you can feel the spine rounding. And that's a really nice shoulder stretch. So we're going to push the knees away. You should feel a nice stretch around the shoulders. Exhale, release. If your spine might feel a little bit uncomfortable, if you can feel the bones in the spine just protruding a little bit. Okay, we'll try that again. So pushing the knees away, lifting the head towards the knees, and relax. That's a really, because we've got all of our body in a really small shape, we get quite hot doing that. Okay, so we'll release the legs out and we'll come into Shavasana, grabbing anything you want to make you nice and comfortable. Taking the legs out wide. And we're going to take the hands onto the tummy. You can just move any bits of clothing out of the way to connect to the skin on the tummy. And I say it all the time, but just connecting with our own skin, feeling comfortable, touching our own skin is so important for self-love, as well as just having awareness of breath when we're breathing and we're relaxing like this. I think it's really important. If you want to, you can bring the hands into a little yoni mudra, which is a little triangle shape with the thumbs touching and index fingers. So you've got a nice triangle shape, and you can take that onto the tummy if you want to. Mudra for femininity, rebirth, all sorts. So we're going to just relax here. Maybe tilt the pelvis up a little bit, allowing the lower back to relax. We're going to take some nice deep breaths, just feeling the tummy expand. We can breathe out through the nose or mouth. And again. Good. Once more. So just loosening off maybe areas in the shoulders that you can feel of tense, or around the forehead or eyelids. And we'll begin a body scan, starting with the feet. So relaxing the feet down away from the ankles. Relaxing the calves down away from the knees. Relaxing the thighs and hamstrings down away from the hips. Relaxing the tummy down away from the ribs. Relaxing the chest down away from the shoulders. Relaxing the biceps and triceps down away from the shoulders. Relaxing the elbows down away from the biceps and triceps. Relaxing the forearms down away from the elbows. Relaxing the wrists down away from the forearms. Relaxing the hands down away from the wrists. And relaxing each finger and thumbs down away from the palms. Relaxing the neck down away from the head. Allowing the head to feel really heavy on the ground. Opening the mouth slightly, allowing the jaw to relax. Relaxing the forehead, eyelids, cheeks, nose, the mouth and the tongue. The breathing's easy. Autonomous breaths, natural breaths. Allowing the mind and body to relax. Just listening to the sounds around you, being present here. Okay, so we'll gently begin to wake up the body, moving the fingers and toes, and deepening the breathing. Maybe just stretching through the legs and the arms. Maybe taking the arms overhead, having a little yawn. And we can gently begin to make more movements, maybe moving the head or just moving the legs a little bit more. And we can gently roll onto one side, using the arm as a pillow. And keeping the eyes closed, we'll use the hands to guide us up to seated. When you're ready, we'll take the palms together at the heart of the thumb, touching the breastbone. Just taking a moment to pause and be grateful for something for you. And we'll just seal that by dipping the chin down onto the top of the fingertips. And bring the head back up to neutral, taking the hands over the eyes, just listening a little bit more intently to any sounds around you. And we'll just wake up the eyes, moving the eyes up and down, up and down, up and down, and then left and right, left and right, left and right. And we'll slowly bring the hands away from the face, opening the eyes, looking at the palms. Namaste.